All right, the other thing that I want to go over is graphing inequalities. You want to create a graph for these sample inequalities or these examples here. All right, so the one thing that we're going to learn is I have a dot that is filled in or a circle filled in. I have a circle that is not filled in. This is extremely important. Remember how we talked about this less than sign right here does not have a line under it, and this less than sign does have a line under it. If it has a line underneath it, it is a filled in circle because it's an equal to, which means when I graph it, it includes that number that I have on my number line. So for instance, we're going to go ahead and write in here, use a open circle when graphing an inequality that is less than. So I'm going to use this open circle because my number right here is a 3. So I'm going to put my open circle where my 3 is, and I'm going to put it above so you can see it. Now, this is why I don't want you to call these alligators anymore or anything, because when you're looking at this inequality sign, I want you to look at the tip of these arrows. Think of that inequality sign as the tip of that arrow. This tip will be facing this way. It is not facing this way. Do you see the arrows, which way they're facing at the tip? Think of this inequality symbol as the tip of the arrow. So I'm going to take this one, and you can see it better like that. Do you see how they kind of match up like that? So I'm going to take that, and that is what I'm going to use to graph my inequality. So x is less than 3. All of these numbers that are less than 3, so going left on the number line, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, 0, negative numbers going left. That's how you can tell. As long as your variable is on the left side of this inequality statement, then your arrow here is going to be pointing in the same direction as your inequality symbol. So I want you to see that. The tip of the arrow is like the inequality sign. Think of it that way. Okay, so you're going to use a closed circle when graphing an inequality that is less than or equal to. So I'm going to take that closed circle, and I have a 3 right here. They're all 3. That's why you have the blue 3. So I kind of made it easy. They're all 3s. If it's not centered, like that's not centered, it's okay. We're not going to be real picky on graphing these. Again, look at your inequality symbol. As long as your variable's on the left side, your inequality symbol is the arrow or the top of the tip of the arrow. You see the tip of this arrow? It looks like it is pointing to the left. This tip is the same as this tip right here. So look, they both are, the pointy end is both going the same direction. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to point it right there just like that. So this closed circle means less than or equal to. Closed circle, we're including the 3. It can be equal to the 3. Here, it's just less than 3. It's not including the 3. That was the open circle. Okay, again, we're going to use an open circle, and you do need to type in these words when graphing an inequality that is greater than. Now, look at my symbol. The tip of my arrow is pointing in the opposite direction. If you look at these, it's going to the right. So this is the arrow that I would need that's pointing. If you look at the tip right here, this is like the top of this is like the inequality symbol, which is the tip of your arrow. But first, before I do anything, I need to go put my circle in here. Okay, so it's open circle because it's just greater than. And then I have my arrow, which again, if we look at the tip of the arrow and how the inequality is looking, this is like the top or the tip of the arrow right here. Look, they're pointing in the same direction. And you see this open part right here is kind of like right here where the staff or the line of the arrow comes in to the tip. All right, so now we have use a closed circle when graphing an inequality that is greater than or equal to. So if it has a line, it's a closed circle. So we're going to grab that closed circle. We're going to put it right here. Again, it doesn't have to be 100% there because, you know, these are small, so it's fine. All right, so what I want you to notice out of this, no line underneath your inequality symbol means open circle. A line underneath your inequality symbol means closed circle. That's what we're getting from these. If your variable or your letter is on the left side of the inequality symbol, your arrow on your number line is going to be facing the same way as the tip of the inequality symbol. If you look at those, you can see the relationship there. If you look at these, you can see the relationship there. The tips of the arrow and the tip, or the pointy part of the inequality symbol, are both facing the same way. Again, open circle, no line. Closed circle, there's a line underneath. These are things you need to remember. You will be graphing inequality symbols or inequality statements. You're going to be graphing these, so you need to understand which one is an open circle because it does not include that number. A closed circle includes the number. That's why it's or equal to. If you have any questions, please let me know, but this is what your slide should have looked like or should look like before you continue.